Another video here on English grammar, and this is the second video focusing on the use of passive in English grammar. In the first video I explained the difference between the active and passive verb and looked at the present passive with examples. In this second part I will broaden the use of the passive to all time elements and look at the use of by when we have two nouns that are seen as important. Okay, so let's firstly consider the use of the passive verb with all simple verb tenses. In the first video we heard the example, the office is cleaned. This is an example of the present passive. Now I shall use other verb tenses with this example. Number 1. The office was cleaned yesterday. Now this is the past passive. Number 2. The office will be cleaned tomorrow. This is the future passive. Number 3. The office has been cleaned. This is the present perfect passive. And number 4, the office had been cleaned before I arrived at work. This is the past perfect passive. All of these are simple tenses, but we can also use continuous tenses. Here are some examples. The present passive continuous, the office is being cleaned. The past passive continuous, the office was being cleaned at 4 o'clock yesterday. We don't usually use passive continuous with future, present perfect or past perfect, although technically they could be used. I now want to move on to using by. By is used to add importance to the object noun. The subject noun is still the most important noun, but using by tells the listener that the object noun is important as well. Let's hear some examples to help with the understanding. Number 1. The Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Number 2. The Godfather was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. And number 3. The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. In all three examples, the subject noun is the more important of the two nouns. How do we decide this? Is based on what noun the person is talking about and what noun is being described. The object noun in all three examples is a famous person, but the painting, the movie, and the invention are considered more important in the context of the passage being described. Now, the object noun is called an agent. So to conclude, the agent is expressed when it is important to say who or what something is done by. Okay, that concludes my second video on the passive. I hope this has helped you, and please do send your comments and questions to me. You can contact me at my email address, asterhugo99@gmail.com, or at my Facebook page, John Vickery, or at my business Facebook page, that's John Vickery, at my passions, English teaching, movies and music, at my YouTube channel, John Vickery and my passions, and lastly at my website, http://englishonlineadventure.com. Thanks for listening.